Hello, everyone. Welcome to the UC Esports POGcast. Another week, another POGcast full of excitement. We got a full house tonight. No webcams because we've got a whole bunch of people from UC LoL joining us tonight. Mika, do you want to introduce them or have them introduce themselves?
I'll have them introduce themselves. How about that?
Wow, amazing.
All right, I guess I'll start off. My name is Alex, or Hack You Back, however you want to say it in Discord. I am the UC League of Legends president now, and I've been the resident. Excuse me?
Huh?
I heard something. Okay, never
that
mind.
was the echo, bro.
Oh, my bad. I have been the resident substitute mid laner for the past 2 years now, so it's been a fun time. I haven't actually played in a single tournament. It's gonna be great.
I guess I'll go next. I'm Shane. My IGN is Madman himself, but people just call me Shane because that's my name and all. And I play top lane, and I've been on the UC LoL team for a couple years now. And yeah, I guess that's it for me.
Alright, I'll go next. My name is Ryan, not to be confused with String Bean. My in-game name is Lamonzo. I am a washed AD player turned support. Yeah, that's about it.
Mr. Bean.
Yep, my name's
my
String Bean. I'm like the community head, I guess. I've played for UCL for 1 year, been community head for I think 2-ish this fall, 2 years. Yeah, I played jungle, best D4 jungler.
Plat one.
You mean Plat 1?
Hey, that hurts my feelings.
Soft spot right there, soft spot.
Yeah, only UC low player to ever win with Ornn and Ivern jungle.
Oh shit.
Is that an accomplishment?
Right? Does that technically count?
I would definitely
I
count
have
it,
a
yeah.
lot going for me, so we'll take those.
You take what little you can get in League of Legends, bro.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it is not a giving game. It just takes everything from you and then
It
leaves you in
takes
the
away.
fucking gutter.
It
Oh,
only destroys.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast tonight, guys.
You mean the POGcast?
I'm sorry. The POGcast. I have to remember to just degrade myself every Tuesday by saying it like that, even though it was my idea to name it that. But yeah, every week
brought
from
this on yourself.
here on out, we're gonna try to, well, not every week exactly, but we're gonna try to be featuring a lot of the players from all of our different teams here at UC. So of course we're talking with the LoL players this week. Is there anything big coming up for you guys this semester? Any tournaments that you've got to hopefully compete in with Corona and all that?
No.
Well,
There's multiple reasons for that. The main reason is Riot Games recently passed a new rule set for how tournaments are supposed to be held, and basically it just destroys like everything about like how like CSL and all those other tournaments were ran. So a couple of like the highlights are that you can't have more than 16 schools, which is a big one.
Right.
Your tournament can't last more than 2 weeks, and I don't think the tournament organizers can profit off of the tournament.
Wow.
Which doesn't seem like a big deal, but like, these people aren't running these tournaments for free,
Right.
So a lot of it's up in the air because a lot of people still don't know about it, but it was passed like 3 months ago-ish. So it's I'm not sure how it's going to work out. I don't know if Riot's going to just make their own leagues for like high school and college. I mean, they have a college league, but it's kind of like
bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was the time
it's
to
all right.
capitalize. Everything's online.
Yeah,
Right.
That is true.
So I'm just curious how they're going to do it because they kind of just did a big FU to like every other, like grassroots organization that was trying to do something cool.
Right.
Well, what did happen, I don't know if this is like, it's been a while since I read up on it, but they gave like the rights, I guess, to do tournaments, like online, like amateur tournaments. to one specific organization, and this organization is only in like 8 states or something stupid like that. So if
I
you're
can
not
believe
in
it.
those like 8 states, well, you're just screwed, I guess. And you can't really do anything.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really dumb because the amateur scene was like a big part of why people like play League of Legends in the first place. You know, the competitive spirit of just beating the shit out of somebody else is just.
But
Naturally.
hey, you got Clash. You got Clash.
You do have
We do have
Clash.
Clash, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Let us do
Clash
it.
is best of ones, and
Yeah.
best of ones kind of suck.
Yeah.
Everyone just cheeses. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just smurfing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know
it's so
because
dumb.
I'm that guy that does that, but
Yeah. I also have a Smurf in Clash too. You can't beat him, join him, bro. Like,
Damn, you guys are the problem.
yeah, I remember me and
yeah.
House.
That was only one time. That was once.
And we lost.
Maybe twice. But, yeah. Evan, you don't really play any League of Legends, right?
All right.
MF main, by the way.
Okay, so listen. Here's my storied history with League.
Okay.
I sat down at a UC Esports meeting last semester, and I downloaded League for the first time ever in spring 2020, and I played the tutorial as Misfortune, and
Right.
that's my history with League, guys.
Wow. So how
Yeah.
did you enjoy your
Interact, yeah.
tutorial experience?
You know, it was more fun than I expected. I will say that. Cause like I don't know about you, but personally, I just feel like League is a little boring to spectate. But maybe that's just because I'm used to more fast-paced games like Smash and stuff.
Yeah.
But like
League of Legends is definitely slower.
right, but like actually playing it, I can definitely understand how. Like at least watching it competitively, you can definitely understand what is like going on and how you can like pop off for cool stuff that's going on, just like understanding it a bit more. But who knows? Maybe I'll get back into it.
Hell yeah. Well, I'll say so far it seems like you've had a very positive experience because
Right.
you haven't interacted with any other players.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yike.
Right.
Yeah, the toxicity in League of Legends is. Well, every game has it, but in League
Right.
of Legends, it's a lot worse. I feel like
There's just more people.
there's
Thank
more
God there's no
people.
voice chat.
Oh, true.
There is no voice chat, which is nice. But one thing that keeps coming up, especially recently, is that Riot Games is not on the player's side anymore.
Mm.
That's more and more
Factual.
the truth. Yeah,
So whose side are they on then? Like
they're on the money side.
Oh, they
So-
milk the hell out of
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
milk
speaking
it.
of, new skins coming out.
Oh yeah.
let's go.
They look really good, but
Mhm.
basically the past couple years, Riot Games has gone from being like an indie company quotations
Hmm.
to a big time like AAA developer in like the matter of like 2 years.
Also,
And-
it's important to note that Riot is owned by Tencent, I think now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's another reason why it's going to shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Pokemon League of Legends, by the way.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
so good.
it is. It is rough. It's really just monetization now.
Wow.
And honestly, if another MOBA came around that could replace it, I'm pretty sure people would jump on it. Just because the way it's going is just so bad. The game's still fun to play though if you just can look past all the bugs, all the monetization, all the toxicity, the unplayable metas.
Of course. Yeah. Pokemon Unite will be the League of Legends. game.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
so
It
ready for
will
that.
kill League of Legends.
Okay, but real talk, what if it does? Oh, it's not even coming out on PC. Never mind.
it's only on Switch and mobile. Yeah.
I mean,
It's so
does.
accessible
Mobile,
though.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Exactly.
you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Not everyone has a laptop or a
That's
gaming
true.
PC.
That's why
Sure.
Wild Rift is gonna come out though.
True.
You all have phones,
The
right?
League of Legends
You guys have
phone
phones,
game.
right?
Yeah, it's like TFT except you have to move.
Except it's not.
Yeah, it's like TFT except it's not.
This League of Legends. It's great. Yeah.
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 How
I mean-
long has everyone been playing?
Oh, dude. Since pre-season 4 for sure. I have been playing League for so long. And if anyone is trying to pick up the game, or if anyone plays the game, like, just don't play top lane, man. It's just not fun. Like, every other lane is so much more fun than top lane. Every lane.
Just play mid.
Like,
every lane sucks except for mid. Just play mid.
Yeah, actually, mid is definitely the best lane. And
Hey.
I'm pretty
you will
sure
only be
like
happy playing mid, unless
Yeah.
you play like Ornn mid only or something.
yeah, you
You
can
might
really
not have too
whip
much
out
fun.
anything. Yeah,
In
it's
here,
true.
probably me.
No, I mean
Yeah.
like champion.
Okay, I was so confused.
Hey, that's a bold
Whoa, don't
statement.
rub it
Hey,
in,
I'm
Alex.
still
Have a
claiming it.
1v1
I'm
or
still claiming
something.
it. I'm gonna still claim it. I don't care.
He said
Best mid
perfect time
laner
to
right
insert
now.
the ego.
Hey.
You know what's surprising? Nunu mid has been rolling it down recently in the mid
It's on
lane.
the come up.
Yes,
God.
sir.
Ain't no way I'm coming back anytime soon.
You got
Dude,
the,
it's on the come up.
Yeah, bro. Tank Fiddle's coming.
It's actually
up.
good.
Yeah.
I've seen Tank Fiddle.
Tank
Fiddle,
Fiddle,
mid
mid
lane.
Nunu.
Yup.
Mid Nunu's in like
And
every
then
other
I
game
guess
I
a
play.
normal champion would be like
course.
Kassadin. Kassadin is
Hey.
disgusting
Yes,
right now.
win.
Yeah.
I'd say like in general, like across, like all around best mid right now would be like probably Ori, Syndra, Azir, anything along those lines. But in terms of solo
Balls and
queue,
thunders.
Annie.
Annie's up there, Twisted Fate's up there if you're good with them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff you can pick. How Trong,
Dude, where is How?
a resident Twisted Fate.
It's probably in bed, bro. This is way
Yeah, hold on.
past
I'm
his
gonna
bedtime.
ping him real quick. Hold up. Let's see.
Whoa, you're gonna wake
Oh.
him up, bro.
I'm gonna wake him up.
It's
He
for the
actually is,
podcast.
like, he's probably the best TF I've ever played with.
He's pretty good.
Man does nuts. He absolutely destroyed me
Actually,
in
no,
tryouts. It's great.
Big How fan.
Yeah,
How
we all
fun.
love
yeah,
How
of course.
Trong.
Who's not a Hal fan?
Let's be real. Yeah, gotta love How Trong.
Hell yeah. String Bean.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean. How long you been playing, bro?
I started playing in. I'm trying to think. I think I made my account in season 5, but I actually started playing mid-season 6.
Ooh.
Because I made my account in season 5 because my friend played League and I played Dota, and he's like, "I bet I could beat you 1v1 in Dota." I'm like, "Okay," and then he did, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty sad because you've never played Dota before." And then yeah, and then I started playing later because my roommate Sai started playing, and then my friend Ethan also started playing.
Shout
Ethan,
out to
baby.
Sign-In. And,
Shout out to Sai. He also got me addicted to WoW, so shout out to Sai.
Yeah, Sai is did not want to participate. He's playing a Japanese board game called Rising Sun or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's too good
But-
for us.
Yeah.
Clearly that takes priority. I
He's
get
risen
it.
above us. Alright, let's see.
Sai, for those who don't know, was he was on the B team last year the whole entire time, I think. And he was
Yeah.
a temporary sub this time around. And when a certain person in this call kind of just ditched the team.
Yeah,
I
there
I
was.
just said, I'm
who
not
would
naming
ever?
names. I'm not
Who would
naming
ever?
names.
Who would ever?
I don't know.
Spill some tea in the podcast today.
Oh.
Link their
Oh.
Twitch.
God.
It was just like we were just reaching a point where like I don't know, we were just getting too frustrated and people just wanted to take a break. So it was
Yeah.
just whatever.
League of Legends is a frustrating game. I mean, I feel like whenever you talk about League of Legends, it's always like negative stuff. But like, the game is fun. It really is. Like, if you
Yeah.
have like any drive for competition at all, like League of Legends will clench it, like
Yeah,
for
of
sure.
Is
Um,
it, like it's a team game with
yeah.
tons of agency for every player. It's
Yeah.
very elaborate, very what's the term? There's a lot of depth to it. It's all free. There's tons of people that play it. There's tons of different ways to approach it. It's
Yeah.
just-
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
say I played a lot of Dota and League, and the main difference is that like, at least in America, there's so many more people that play League. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah, Lee's good. I don't think I'd ever pick it up today though. If I was just
Yeah. Agreed.
it's like when I had so much time in like high school because I started season 5 when the map changed because I would never play that bad map. But Yeah, I had so much time to learn the game, but I would never do it now. There's no way. There's way too
Yeah,
much
I
going
think
on.
there's just like,
There's just way more mechanics in the game now.
yeah, the
I just
learning
slowly
curve
learned
is
them over
steep,
time.
and then also there's like so many there's just better games out right now. Like,
What are you playing, Shane?
well, League of Legends for sure. Still, but
Never played it. Sounds like a pretty good game.
yeah, if I had, like, to give you guys an example, like a couple years back, Hollow Knight came out. This was 2 years ago now, and Hollow Knight is just a masterpiece game. If anyone's ever played it, I recommend it.
Hollow Knight is amazing.
Yeah, Hollow Knight is a disgusting game. Seriously, like it's unbelievable how good it is.
You saying that like in a good connotation?
Yeah, in a good kind of disgusting. Bro.
Absolutely gross.
But the thing is like League of Legends is just disgusting in a bad way. Like, it's because we've played it forever that we continue to play it. Like, it's the communities that we have playing League of Legends is why we still play it. But
Community? No, I've sunk too much time into it to give up now.
oh, is that why? For
Someone
me,
has
it's
to
just
keep
like
us
the
out of
people
one
I
video.
can play with. That's what makes it fun for me. But in terms of like good games, like a ton of indie games like Hollow Knight are coming out like each and every day, and they're all so good. So like if you want to play any game, just like play that or play Nintendo games. Like Breath of the Wild was a masterpiece. Like Animal Crossing came out the other day.
Dude, Xenoblade.
The other
yeah,
day.
the other
like
day.
a year ago.
Like
A
6
couple
months ago, the
Yeah, my
other
bad, my
day.
bad.
I think another thing is like games like that you're talking about are sort of like a 1 or 2 time kind of grind. You know, playing through
Yeah.
it a few times. But for League, it's kind of like you can sit there and play for 12 hours,
That's very
sleep for like
replayable.
3 hours, and then play for 12 more hours.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the big thing about League is that this games have been around for almost 11 years now, and it's like people are still learning. I've been playing for 5 or 6 years now, and I'm
Yeah,
still learning.
yeah.
And learning.
Yeah, I've been playing for like about 6 years, and I still don't know how to have perfect CS. I'm garbage.
Yeah, same,
Perfect
dude.
CS is a myth.
Yeah, it is a myth.
As long as you get like 6, you're probably chilling. You'll get plat.
Yeah, but
I
like
already
you
said
make a
that.
really good point. Like League of Legends is very unique that way. Like
I have 6 CS. I'm a diamond.
the mechanics are literally endless with it. Like for instance, the other day I saw, I mean they probably patched it, but it was a bug, which counts as a mechanic, I guess. But Kaisa W'd and then flashed, and then she was able to position her projectile to where it hit him, even though it wasn't anywhere close. It was like invisible, basically.
Oh, Phantom W. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
not.
I never even knew about that.
I think it still isn't patched yet.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was like, yeah. So
It's little tricks. you have to
yeah,
learn
it's just
here
the
and
little
there.
things that keep League very interesting, and you can like make a good player from a bad player. But I mean, it all comes down to, is there any point to playing League of Legends? And I don't think there is, man. Like, I've been trying to find a point to it forever, and I can't find it.
That's always been like the argument with video games, though. In general, it's just like, oh, they're pointless, blah blah blah. But like, if you enjoy it, it doesn't matter if it's like that. That is the point, is enjoying
Right.
it.
Yeah, I think it's like
And like,
entertainment and distraction. I think
Yeah, it's
a
kind
lot
of like
of people use it for distraction, and it's not really talked
yeah,
about.
like just another outlet. Like especially now when we're all kind of locked in with Corona, like games like grindy games like this are just bigger than ever because everyone has so much time on their hands and like they're all locked in, probably like at their wits' end.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
ha,
I see.
ha ha.
That's an
Yeah.
idea game.
Cease. Yeah.
That's a League of Legends meme.
Yeah,
A
That
man
was
by
pretty
if you will.
clever.
I hope everybody got that. But yeah, like,
Oh, I can't believe I live with this guy. Okay.
well, actually, you're not here
He
right
keeps
now.
saying
You
the
haven't been
same
for like
joke
6
every
months.
day.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come back eventually, though.
I mean everyone's here now except you, String Bean. So
Really?
yeah,
Is
and I guess
Kelsey
Kelsey. No, Kelsey's not here.
I haven't heard from him in forever.
Yeah,
My
same.
plan is like I'll come back to Cincy, and then school will be online for the rest of the semester after like 1 week, and then
Right.
I'll just like kind of just I don't know. I'll just chill around.
Right.
I'm
All
really
right.
just
Well,
like
that's
not. I'm
that's
not in
a
any
different
rush
topic.
because like I'm really not in a rush to get to Cincy because I won't be there long.
So, I don't know. So, Evan, you don't really play any League, right? So, like, I'm really curious to, like, what you have to say about it. Like, what questions do you like have? Like, what do you want to know
Ooh,
about it?
that'd be
Tutorial.
nice.
Yeah, I was actually curious. So, since you guys were talking about like, man, why even play League? Is there like is there any end game that you still work towards, or are you guys literally just playing it to play it at this point?
It's like rank, I think.
So
Just
I'm playing
like
for
you're
rank
just
and
trying
that's
to
it.
grow your rank.
you could grind for rank, but I think like, I don't want to like sound like an egotistical maniac,
Say it.
but I think that I'm pretty good at the game. And like, even
Okay.
if I grinded for a while, I could improve like what type of champions I play. Because I mostly play tanks and bruisers. But if I like had to learn more stuff about League of Legends, I would play carry champions. But in terms of like what I want to work on, I feel like I've already reached like a pretty good point that I could be happy with and even like match like some pretty decent players.
Right.
So for me, there's really no like point to the grind other than like to have fun or like to talk with people that I play League with all the time. Like I was literally just talking to my buddy John about this earlier. He says like League of Legends like isn't really like fun. It's really just like I
I'm
mean it's
just
really
sitting there,
not.
man.
Like yeah, it like you grind it just to grind it basically, just so you can do something, and then also so you can like communicate with your community you're playing League of Legends with. And I think that's really like the only reason people play it at this point, especially people who have been playing it for like 6 years like I have. Like there's really no point like at all to pick it up, because now that the amateur scene is gone and like there's really no hope of getting admitted into like a professional setting unless you're like a lot younger. Like I think a lot of the people that are getting admitted into these pro teams are like 18, 19. And
Oh,
I was
wow.
just reading about how like a really good player, Golden Glue, got kicked off of his team altogether because a younger player with about the same skill like they admitted in there
Wow.
because he was younger. So I mean like the scene is like really fierce, and it's pretty similar to like other competitive sports, except that you have a much shorter window to actually compete. So like for instance, if you're getting old in baseball, like they're probably going to look for another player so that you
Right.
can get traded.
But in
In
here, it's
League of
only like a
Legends,
matter of
you
like
have
3
like
years.
Yeah, you only have like 3 or 4 good years like
Wow.
playing the game.
Yep.
Unless you're like a literal like consistent god, like Faker or Bjergsen, like these top tier
Hey.
players that have been working on their game for ages. There's really no hope whatsoever.
It's
So,
actually really
yeah.
ironic though, because the major issue that specifically North American like pro league is having is like they prefer these younger players like so hard, but they don't want to take the risk on like developing talent. And
Yep.
so
yeah.
what you have is pros that were like really good like when the
Couple
game
years ago.
first came out, and
Yeah.
they're still just like sitting on a check doing nothing, you know.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's been a major criticism of the game for a while now, like of the pro scene, is the whole age thing Shane was talking about, which I feel like is just something that needs to be like they need to get past the age thing to an extent, because if you look at other pro games like Dota or for CS:GO, one of the most mechanically intensive games out there, like at least to a precision type level, there are people in their 30s in that, like
Yeah.
there are like higher 30s in there that compete, and the main argument against older people and like keeping it below like 25 is because that's when your reaction speed slows down or whatever. But it's not.
Yeah.
The game isn't just about mechanical prowess. It's about being smart, and they don't have to be on top of their game necessarily in that aspect to really be the best weapon possible.
Yeah. Kind of another reason why people play it that kind of just glossed over is that winning feels very good.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
It's
so
competitive.
winning is nice,
And losing feels like the worst thing ever.
which makes you want to get another win. So
Right.
course.
And
it's,
I'm
it's
sure
a deadly
that
process, you know.
right. And I'm sure that feeling is like even more just like I don't know if exaggerate is the right word, but it's even higher just because of like how long the matches are for League. Like you dedicate yourself to that win or that loss, and so like when it happens, it's that much stronger.
Yeah, it's much like playing like a best of 3 in tic-tac-toe is like what is that,
It's
like
nothing.
5 minutes of your time? Like if
Right.
you lose,
Yeah.
you're like,
All right,
oh man, he got
Shucks.
me.
run the set.
Yeah.
Darn.
But if you lose like a best of 3, in like a 3-hour like time frame, you're like,
Dude,
Right.
there's like sometimes we'd scrim or have matches, and it'd just be so close, and then we'd just lose 1-2, and it'd feel like complete shit.
Right.
Like, it'd
yeah,
be the worst feeling ever. Just ruin your day.
yeah,
Obviously,
That
the
sounds
best.
cheesy, but like,
Yeah.
you know, if you care, it's just gonna like
yeah,
it's gonna not make you happy when you lose.
yeah,
Something that
exactly.
close.
There's a lot of people that are very passionate about it. It's obviously it's a competitive environment, so
Right.
of course they will. But like obviously the best games are always the closest ones, where it's back and forth and entertaining. Crazy stuff's always going on, but like if you can get the feeling of being happy from the game while still losing, that's like you've achieved Zen.
Mm.
And I feel like I'm getting close to that with the ARAMs fans. So
With ARAMs,
yeah, dude.
but not
2600
normal games.
ARAMs going strong.
God damn.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. I mean, I think in my boomer league years, I'm definitely getting there. Cause like when I first started playing, I'm a very competitive person, but I was really bad back then, cause I was a lot younger. Like I'm 21 now, so that was like 6 years ago when I started playing, and I was a lot younger, and I was a lot more like pent up teen anger, right? So like I was very toxic back then. But as I continually get older and I play the game for longer, like I gotta say, like I just really don't give a fuck anymore. Like it's gotten to the point where I just like the effort of being like angry and caring so much about the game is just not worth it.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know. But yeah, like that Zen mode is definitely the play. Cause if I can, I mean, I'm not perfect and I still get angry and annoyed sometimes, obviously, as everyone does do, but I've definitely gotten to a point where I can be happy that I'm like playing the game in general, even if I'm losing. So, but yeah, just the biggest complaint I have about the game, kind of looping back for what we were saying earlier, Riot Games sucks cock. Like, I'm sorry, there's just no other way to put it. But
do you think them behaving like that is a detriment to the game overall? Like,
Yeah.
or do you think they're still just making money as much as they would be if they cared?
yeah, I think they're making around the same amount of money because, like playing League of Legends is great and all, but
Is it?
It's okay.
Yeah.
But like going back into another example about like Hollow Knight, like if another game like Hollow Knight came out, like I would drop League in an instant for sure to like play a game like that.
Right.
You know? League of Legends is not my priority when it comes to like playing video games. It's just like something I do when I have nothing else to do. Like if I had a Switch right now, I would be playing so much Breath of the Wild, it would be ridiculous. Like I love that game. I don't have a Switch right now, so I can't play it. But
Unfortunate.
yeah, it is really unfortunate. But just like League of Legends is just like kind of like the afterthought game, I guess. You know?
Mm.
And I feel like even though it's the afterthought game, it's free to play. So people don't like feel it's not subscription based, right?
Right.
People don't feel like they have to play it. But one thing, this is out of gaming in general, one thing that people care about more than anything else is their clout. So of course you have to buy
Damn
the
straight.
great skins in order to flex on people during your game, right? Like, and that's why they're gonna keep making money because they're dumping all their resources into like skin creating and. My God, the skins look
Money.
so good.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
it's crazy how good they look. But of
That's the
course,
dream
that's where
job
all
right
their
there.
resources are going, so they're gonna make money. But even if people don't play the game, they'll probably still buy the skin, is what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
they're gonna make money either way. But I
Like-
think that people are definitely, especially like, I don't really see any new players much anymore. I really don't. Like, unless like you're playing with a bunch of friends, like no one will solo pick up League of Legends and say, "Wow, this game is fun." Like that's just not gonna happen because the player base is just so like out of control right now. It's anarchy basically. It's the worst it's ever been. Like League of Legends has always been toxic. It's a competitive game. It's going to be toxic. But for instance, me and my buddy Jake were playing ARAMs, right? And there was someone's name in ARAMs called runs it down A ramps.
Yep.
And you want to guess what he did? He threw every single match, just running it down mid and suiciding in the enemy's base over and over and over again. And this guy wasn't banned just because like the report system doesn't work. It's automated, right? So if you know how to get around this automated system, you can do whatever you want. And that's really affecting like a lot of higher levels of play, and just normal levels of play. People will just do whatever they want, and it just makes the game a lot less fun to play.
It also can't detect like if you're trolling in game or something.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
people also are good at hiding that now.
Right. So
it's just pointless.
yeah, people have worked around the system to a point where like you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, it just
But
doesn't work.
Riot Games just simply does not care because they're making probably more money than they ever have coming out with these skins.
I mean, it looks like they released. I'm looking at a list of skins right now.
Yep.
There's a pizza delivery girl skin.
Yup.
Severe.
My girl Silver. Ooh.
Oh wait, no, I've seen a cosplay of the.
Yeah,
I thought I recognized it when I saw the.
It was a guy.
It was a guy the whole time.
He looks good though. He looks good.
You do look good.
That's what we're talking about.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. But yeah, like that's always like the whole debate with toxicity and the automated system and stuff. Like obviously they have millions of users. It's the most popular game.
Yeah.
So you can't just have a team of people check out every single report out.
Right.
But like that's what isn't that what the old tribunal?
Yes, that's what I
Yeah.
want back. I want Tribunal back, man.
But
I
that
mean,
won't-
it's not perfect, but neither is the current system, so we might as well take it into our own hands. Just makes so much more sense that way.
Yep.
They could also add low priority like Dota has. But
Yeah,
they'd,
that'd be a
they'd never
good
do
idea.
that. Riot was too scared to do that
Yeah.
because that'd be actually punishing your players.
Yeah, they really are. Like, Riot Games just a scaredy cat company, like, overall. Like,
Because they want to make money so bad that.
yeah, like, they don't want to... It's just embarrassing. It's actually flat out embarrassing, like, that my favorite game is owned by such a, like, just awful decision-making company.
Yeah,
Like-
I don't know. Like, obviously, none of us know the ins and outs of like what they discuss, what their plans are,
Right.
stuff like that. Like, because half the time, a bunch of the teams have nothing to do with each other. And
Right.
People are like Riot, why aren't like, make another Lux skin? Why aren't you fixing the fucking bugs? And it's just like
Yeah.
those two teams have on the opposite sides of the globe. Like, it
Yep.
doesn't matter.
What I will tell you is that, yeah, they have a bunch of different teams, but I know where all their resources are, and it's in skins for sure. Like,
Oh yeah, that's the money.
it won't even be close. Like,
Yeah, you don't make money off of balance, so.
so one of my good friends' brothers is actually working on the client for League of Legends right now, and their team is probably like a 10th of, maybe not even that, of the skin team.
Wow.
It's flat out embarrassing, and people have been complaining about this client for years. For years,
It doesn't
Riot has
work.
heard the pleas, the screams of agony from people trying to lock in their champion. And it's just not working, and they just simply don't care enough because, like I keep saying, they're making money. Like, they're making money, they're making money, they're making money. They just don't care. Like.
We got him on a tangent.
Yeah, I know.
Unlucky.
Sorry. No, you're good.
Boomer tangent for sure.
Any
Right.
new questions or any new topics anyone want to discuss?
I think Mika had some questions in mind.
Yeah, so
But before we hop into that, we have got one other person to add to the chat. So let me go ahead and do that real
Oh.
Who
quick.
is it?
It's about to get a little wild in here.
Oh,
Everyone, please
Oh,
welcome
oh,
the man himself.
Hi.
Oh, there he is. It's Liam.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Hi.
So,
Hi.
before you guys, is it okay if I share something before you guys go into
Go for it.
any kind of...
go ahead.
Okay. So, League of Legends to me, because similar to actually Ryan, I kind of got introduced at the same time, and I didn't start playing till Season 6. But I lived in a big family house, and video games weren't really something highly praised nor encouraged to play in my house because my older brothers set this expectations that they were bad because they just didn't know self-control. They played a lot of Halo. Just
Hell
keep
yeah.
that in mind. They played a lot of Halo, and like when I first got introduced to it, my friends wanted me to play, Like, I think it was the first time I was able to form connections by not having to actually go anywhere, which was pretty extraordinary for middle school me that got to play League. But I also, as I discussed about this in the other podcast, discovered that how mean people can be. And because they were like, because my name used to be Hanbi, which was like some Japanese Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors character name, and someone kept saying Hanzi, Hanzi, and I was like,
dude.
stop now, please.
Yeah.
But
That's the way it is.
and then the other thing was, and this is more recent, and you guys know what I'm gonna say, but I have to get used to the fact that some people hate the characters that I like.
Akali? Are you talking about Akali, Liam?
No, Senna.
Yeah, maybe it's
Aw.
Senna.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that though. It's like other games as well. Like for instance, Smash Bros. That like. I like Hero, but I
Really
know a
great
lot of
community.
people.
Dude, you play Hero?
Smash Bros.
How do you
community we
play
can talk
Hero, bro? That's the
It's just-
equivalent of playing Trendemir, actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Actually, it's more of Zoe because you cast magic and everything's
Oh, yeah,
random.
get one
so-
shot.
RNG, bro.
Yeah.
That's true.
But
Right.
like, I think you just have to kind of grow to appreciate like the things in spite of what people dislike. Because I almost wanted to drop some characters because people didn't like me playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like the game, like everyone always talks about, like, haha, we play League of Legends because we're trapped and addicted, and we have no other options. But like, a lot of the time I do enjoy the game. It's well
Yeah.
designed. Like, at its core, it's a very good game. That's why it's so popular.
Yeah.
And I've met everyone here because of the big
Yeah.
thing. It's a huge community.
Haltrung.
Yeah, Haltrung is good. Haltrung, I wish.
The legendary
Um,
Haltrung.
I mean, I met
Yeah.
literally all of you off the
Exactly,
stream.
yeah.
Like, now I live with Shane.
yeah.
Yeah,
so-
I live in the house with Ryan because we met
Yeah.
through League of Legends through UC, basically.
Yeah, I
Which
met my
is-
boyfriend through League of Legends.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
I met Ryan on Reddit. Ryan messaged me.
you met him on Reddit?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot
no,
about that. It was
yeah,
the,
we had a
freshman year.
yeah. Freshman year, my friend put up a thread talking about, hey, anyone that goes to these universities and plays games, just like put your university out and have someone else reach out to you.
Yeah,
so that you
yeah.
can grow the community. And I joined this heckin' Discord because of Mr. Stringbean and Sai. Both of them messaged me, hey,
Yeah.
let's play some games.
Yeah.
Heck
I forgot that that's how we met.
right? Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I remember, but I really thought we met in person or something. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's definitely been a very positive
Wild
influence on
ride.
my life.
Actually, I didn't meet How through League. Well, I met him through League people, but I actually met him at a Canes once.
Ah.
Plus
Yeah.
Canes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I don't give a shit about Canes actually. They're dead to me.
Wow.
Carried-
Is it
carried by
because of the
sauce.
toast? Is it because of the toast, Mika?
Oh, it's because they fucking had a hair. In my
Whoa.
Go
I
off.
was so nice to their customer support. They did not get back to me.
Oh
So
my
that's-
gosh.
that's-
Customer support gave me a free meal when they had my order on once at the Cincy Canes.
They were like, wait, she's the president of the Esports
Ooh.
Club.
Yeah, she's got clout. Yeah, Mika's the one with clout around here.
They're like, she was nice to us. She wasn't mean enough. Let's just ignore her. Let's just ghost her.
They're a pain to deal with to cater for events too. Let it be said.
Yeah, their manager. Oh, Mike can go on and on about that. I had to contact them for a meeting. When we were like catering a meeting. Moving on. We've all seen her. We all know she's coming. Thoughts on the new champion, Lillia?
She's cute as fuck.
Nico and Hecarim had a child.
Busted.
I've
Yeah.
seen that comment on every YouTube video about
Yeah,
her.
exactly. I mean, is it wrong?
It's not wrong. So,
I think
in terms of her design, I love it. Like,
She does true damage.
looks
and percent
great.
health damage. She's gonna be a tank and be busted. I don't
it's gonna
want
be great.
to play it.
yeah, so,
Leandri's full tank. It's gonna be great.
yeah. In terms of design, looks great.
Cute. She's cute.
Yeah, like, she looks awesome. I love
But
her
skins will be
design.
cute too.
I think her lore is going to be good.
Free money.
Like, big fan of that. In terms of, like, the gameplay side, her abilities are all short range, but massive AoE and massive damage. The only thing that's going to happen with this champion, similar to every other champion that does like percent damage, is it depends on how well she's going to synergize with the items, which of course if she's AP is going to be Leandry's and Rylai's together.
Yep.
Yeah. And then her base stats. So if we look at Volibear, for instance, which was Riot Games' most recent failure, he came out and I was telling everybody, I said, Volibear is OP. Like, the win rate does not mean the champion is bad. Volibear is really good. His base stats could use a slight buffing, at least on his Q, at the very least. I think his E was like okay, but like I knew that if Riot Games buffed this champion, they would be OP. Because every time a bruiser comes out, it doesn't matter what bruiser, they will buff it to the point where you can be a tank but do the damage of a carry. And it makes no sense, but that's exactly what's going to happen with Lillia. I'm not looking forward to it. But in terms of her abilities, they all look really cool. None of them seem like when I was looking at Senna and her like her invisible E, I was like, that's so stupid. But when I was looking at the Lillia like champion stuff, I was like, you know what? Like I could play against that. Like I didn't say like, oh man, this ability like is awful. The only thing I'm a little hesitant on is her ultimate, which makes like a massive Zoe sleep.
Yep.
But no true damage.
We'll have to see how it interacts.
She does have true damage, yeah. Like her kit on the I'll say for her character design is adorable. Obviously, people were saying it's super similar to Nico with a Hecarim bottom or whatever. Like a lot of the major criticisms were that it was too human-like. Like there's not enough non-humanoid girl champions, but this one's fucking adorable. So whatever. Like a Scottish servitor, all right.
I actually,
but then continue. Go ahead. All right, whatever. So for her kit, it seems pretty cool. Like it's very simplistic at first glance. Like she just has, like Shane was saying, like AOE. She has slows. She doesn't have hard CC till 6. But she's entirely dependent on movement speed as being a huge thing. So she's just stacking her Q up, she's real short mid range, so she wants to be tanky. You do like Leandries, maybe Runic Echoes, and you grab a couple tank items like Deadman's, and I think that like she's gonna be a really weird AP bruiser, but there's not really anything like her in the game.
I think also one of the things that makes her like unique that I thought was pretty cool. Also, I was going to mention there's probably going to be cute fan art about her and Jax both using lanterns as weapons. But besides
she
that,
does do that.
Yeah, besides that though, well, it's more of like a seed, but I think it's a lantern.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a lantern.
But I think one of the coolest things that I'm excited to see interactions with is her E, the swirl seed, where like will keep going until it hits an enemy or collides with terrain. You can literally like just run that down the entire map.
Yeah, they were
Especially
really specific about that. So does it have a range or what? Because
it goes until it hits an enemy or collides with terrain. That's what it says here.
So I have another question then. So if this is infinite and it applies the little mark,
yes.
Can you ult anywhere on the map? If you're on bot side river and you hit someone with an E in the top side river, can you ult that person and make them go to sleep? Does the ult have a range? You can do that.
Yep, you can do that. Yes.
Really? Like that is very interesting.
It's like a Kali with her E, where she can just run across the entire map.
But it's still a very telegraphed straight line. So like very obvious intelligent.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying it's not the first time we've seen something that global, but like it's possible.
Yep. Yeah, it's a pipe dream. It's like the whole like cross map Aurelian soul engage that you go for, but like it's definitely not overbearing compared.
Yeah.
I'd have to see how strong her slow is. If the slow is strong, then her ganking will actually be pretty good, especially early game. But I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see if she could bounce it off like terrain, but like I think that'd be a little too strong if she could do that. Like at least, like even one bounce would be too much, I think.
I feel like there's a good reason they haven't added in any sort of ricochet
bouncing mechanics.
or bouncing mechanics. Yeah, like people were asking for like a Braum wall or something that bounces back or like bounces off terrain. But I feel like with the patterns of the terrain and the map and everything, and with custom like a couple character-made terrain and stuff like that, it would be a bug nightmare. It would be horrible. It would be hard to predict anything. It would be cool if they could pull it off. But...
Yeah. Well, what other questions do you have, Mika?
What questions do I have? All right, so I know we all love Yumi in here, so
Yeah.
I've played her once or twice. Yeah.
yeah. I'd like to hear your thoughts.
On just
On
the
the-
champion?
Which on
Okay, so I know Riot recently, like they released like a please
Oh,
delete
God.
like, Yumi and why they wouldn't do that. So
Yeah.
like, what did you think about like their reasoning? But you know, like,
All right.
I have a strong
Okay.
opinion. About
Yeah, I
that.
do too.
Yeah.
I really have a strong. I'll let String Bean go first. String Bean.
All right. I think they were in the right place. They're like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
let's copy a Dota character for the 50th time. All right. But they failed so badly. It's actually unreal. Like the Dota version of Yumi, at least there's like counterplay, and like you're not removed from the game if you're like latched onto someone. You're still there. Like you still have to use two hands, you know, or at least look at your monitor or have your monitor turned on. So yeah, I'm not a big fan. It's a champion that has like almost no skill expression, like terribly designed.
Yeah, I don't enjoy that it doesn't have too much skill to play, but I like that they did nerf it recently, but I think they hit it on the nose when they said that the game is unplayable when that champ is like at the top of support. But I think right now it's not that bad. I mean, like I said, I switched to support. I haven't seen but one Yumi in the last like 50 games I've played. So
Have you banned her every game?
no, weirdly enough, I banned.
and as much anymore, honestly.
I banned Lulu because that changed.
Wait, let me get this straight. You're saying there's an
Lulu is-
ADC opening.
That is
UC.
what I'm saying.
Oh,
Lulu's a whole nother can to open up later.
I might
Because
have
I know
to.
she's super
The Ash
strong.
Master.
Yeah, we do have to organize the tryouts at some point here for the
And by the
fall.
way, Shane left the call
Yeah, I noticed that too.
on
Yeah,
accident.
he said he had a real. Oh wait, you have to add him back.
Hey. I hit the wrong button.
Yumi made you that mad.
Yeah.
Made
Well,
all
anyway,
these-
I kind of missed what String Bean was talking about, but I heard that they failed really miserably. So
It's just like they tried to like copy a Dota character like they usually do, and they failed by making it like lack skill expression and lack counterplay and
yeah,
lack using your hands to play it.
yeah,
sucked up to her saying like, oh, she needs to get off the champion at the right time to use her passive,
yeah.
and she needs to like,
Oh,
she needs to W at the right time. She needs to know everyone's kit. No.
No.
no, she needs to be a melee champ. That's how they need to balance her. She has to
They-
melee them and then make her way back.
There was a
Good.
during the little thing they were talking about, like the little like delete Yumi thing. They showed they showed this chart, and it was
Oh, I
talking
see it.
about it was about how Yumi takes skill, right?
Do I have to have a degree to read that chart? I tried.
And it was basically, they basically said, okay, if you play Yumi more than like 20 games, you will be better with her, so therefore she takes skill. And I was
Yeah.
reading that, and I thought to myself, that is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
I
Like,
mean,
no
any
shit,
champion,
you're going to
gonna
be better
the second
than-
game.
They're
let
like-
alone
Exactly.
20th.
They're like,
It's-
Yumi mastery curve is more in line with champions like
It's-
Akali and Kiana.
It's so dumb. It's like you do a headstand, you fall over, and then you do it and you get it the next try. It's like, oh, well, you must have really tried hard for that headstand, getting it on the second try. Like, are you kidding me? Like, come on, use your head a little bit, right? Like, it was just so stupid, man.
Like I think that they're going in the right direction with the recent changes of her just needing more mana in general. I think what they have to do with her kit is obviously nerf her effectiveness when she's on someone, but the big thing is like make her have a reason to jump out of them other than just for the passive proc.
Oh wait, I got this. When
Yeah.
she's on somebody, she
Mhm.
uses some of their mana.
You control the shit out of your teammates.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
That'd be horrible.
that would give her a reason to get off and use her own mana and stop being a little parasite.
But what? Who would want a Yumi on their team at that point? Yeah.
Exactly. See, look, big brain ideas. She uses
Oh,
50% of your mana, not
yeah.
hers.
I was thinking of something along the lines of like a per teammate cooldown, like per target cooldown on her heal or something like that. But that works too. But
Honestly, from a standpoint, oh sorry, Mika.
No, it's okay. I was just saying, like, if anyone's played Hot,
Mhm.
Cho'Gall, right? Is that their name?
Yeah,
Like,
Cho'Gall, yeah, the two
Yeah,
people.
I think that's so much fun. I think that's so cool.
Mhm.
That is so cool to me. I'd like to see Riot like attempt something like that. That's unique.
Yeah, Riot said they wanted to not go that far from the standard champion. Unfortunately, they said Illaoi and Ivern and Yumi are like the farthest they're willing to go away.
That's pretty depressing.
It's
or
like
Aphelios.
Oh,
I just think it'd be interesting though, like trying to like make Yumi though, like if they kept her heals the way they are but have her use someone else's mana, it would have more consequences for her just hopping around like she does and just using like crazy amount of mana for free, because Presence of Mind just guarantees that she's just gonna get her mana back if she gets any kind of assist or kill. I don't know if that sounds crazy or not. I'm just thinking
No,
though.
it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think here. Heck,
Oh gosh, and then cut down is just made for her.
it's just funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I wish there was like I do like the idea of it of like a I don't know about a parasite, but like yeah, but a helpful teammate that can
like a
kinda-
fairy.
yeah like a pix a literal pix or like what's is Abathur from HOTS that he'll basically like sit in the base the whole time and he can
Oh
go
yeah.
out and help other people. He can be a Yumi on a global scale to someone else, or he'll send out little units. But he's super squishy. He's not untargetable like a certain somebody, but
Just make wait. How about this? Just make Yumi's health bar and her mana. Just make her mana. That's it. She's just mana. If she
Only mana.
she dies if she runs out of mana.
yeah,
She's just like a health potion.
she just dies.
Interesting.
That would be an interesting champ concept because you already have Vladimir and he just uses cooldowns and health. Like, why don't you just have a champion that just is just mana,
Of course, yes.
I mean, that's kind of what Xerath is, but he has health, so he kind of ruins that
Oh,
team.
it is, but not. Damn it. No, but
Well-
yeah. Like, go ahead. Fuck, Jesus. No, you're good.
I was just breathing.
No, you're good. Let's see here.
skins.
Yeah, it's true. There are the new skins.
Oh my gosh, the Thresh skin is beautiful. Chef's.
Unmasked, dude. He's
Hmm.
masked. They
And
really.
I think he's just alive.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like he's a literal human now. He has feet and everything. Like when
He's
I
like the
Thresh has feet.
Yeah.
he's Emperor
Thresh has a
Palpatine
face. Thresh has a face.
yeah, it's it's kind of like unsettling in a way because like
And he's
Thresh is
hot.
supposed to be like a
He's
he's
He's hot.
yeah
He looks
he's supposed to
good.
be like a undead ghoul, like a mastermind of the souls, but now he's just like some I don't know. He's like some like off-brand samurai. He's got like a six-pack and everything. Like
He
the
kind
dude
of
has transcended ghoul form.
if you watch like or know like anything about Mortal Kombat, it's kind of like Shen Sun when he gets like all of his souls he needs and then he looks young again. That's kind of what I'm getting from Thresh. Like he's absorbed so much souls that like he's human again.
What about that Teemo skin though?
Oh, true.
And they said it's gonna be prestige. Someone
Prestige.
said.
Yeah, they already showed the you can look at the video for it online. The prestige looks nice.
yeah.
Why
He's
why
got-
does he have that?
Our Lord and Savior.
He's got
Cheetos.
uwu shrooms.
It's time to terrorize solo queue again with Teemo Jungle.
Yes,
Shrooms.
sir. Off-brand Macau strikes again.
Oh, true. We got we got discount Macau at UC here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do what I gotta do.
The
I could
Vayne
back
skin.
out,
That Vayne skin
Oh,
is
dude.
so good too. Like it's been a while
Beautiful.
since we've had a lot of really good skins come out together
Yeah.
at once. I mean, the
Agreed.
Infernal ones that are just coming out now, those look so good. But these
Mhm.
skins, also, I'm just like, my paycheck's gone.
Yep,
It's just
exactly.
gone.
Yeah,
This
like
is what
they-
we were talking about, Evan. This is what we were talking about.
Right.
yeah, all of the money is.
So-
This is it. This
so
is
how
the
do you-
clout.
How do you go about buying skins? Like
You
how
just
much?
go in the shop.
How much are we
and
talking?
You
You don't
So-
want to know.
It's like
I
$10.
think most of the skins that come out now are like about $15.
How much are the ultimate
Oh
skins?
my
like
God.
$25?
No, they're
No.
like 30. They're like 30.
I thought they were more like 50. But there's
No.
only
No,
like
they're not
4 or 5
50.
ultimate, right?
$50 could buy you 2 ultimate skins, to be honest.
Oh.
Listen,
I mean,
you can
I'm not saying
you
I
get
don't
the
have
bonus
them all,
RP.
but yeah.
you can pay
I had
$50.
Soda, but I unlocked that in a crate. It wasn't. I didn't buy that.
Ultimate.
You know.
Censored
I bought one of them.
Of course.
You
The
can.
ultimate censored word. Ah, yes.
If
Yeah.
you look,
I'm not saying it.
You're right. You're
if
right.
you look at the color differences though between the two, because it obviously looks like it's going to be like a versus almost with the way these skins are being done. Like there's a good and a bad. The way they have like Teemo and Yasuo are like pastel colors, and then you have like these deep purple and blue colors for Vayne and Thresh, and like, oh my gosh, I'm just looking back at Thresh's skin, and it's just. I don't know. It doesn't look like they're throwing like random stuff on him. It just looks good for the like that anime look that they're going for, because they revealed it at Anime Expo.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
like, gosh, Vayne's looks so good though.
Yeah.
Like
They-
and then
Veins look
her
so
feet, and then her feet, of course.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Liam.
All
Let's
right.
kick you- all right. Shut it
No,
down.
yeah, I was reading about it. The Riot art department was talking about this is their next Star Guardian, their next project, their next
Oh, is it really?
Really?
yeah, like it's their next huge skin line that they're putting tons and tons of work into. Like obviously on PBE they haven't shown the splash arts or the in-game models yet, but they revealed Riven and Cassio and Ari and Kindred, and they all look great from the emotes that they showed. But
Yeah.
it's obviously going to be a very big, lore-heavy skin line, and obviously with like there's the leak of Yone or whatever as well, and it's just it's
But is
a
there gonna be a
big
new
dump.
game mode?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Riven?
big old
They literally like just radiate anime, like more so than the My Hero, like the Academia skins. They just you can just see the radiation of anime vibes. Like Riven is like top tsundere already. Like you just look at her emote, I'm just like, and then you have Kindred's, and she's like the little cinnamon roll, and her like wolf, which looks like Okami, and that looks flat out amazing. I don't even play Kindred, but I would buy that skin if I had like just an extra $10. It looks so good.
Yeah, it does look really good.
I just can't wait to see like when they actually release like the VFX for it and everything.
Yeah. I don't know if you can show this clip or not.
Oh, yeah, I
I do
can.
have a clip to finish off kind of the stream here. This is a Cylinder Psy in the jungle, and this is what
Oh,
UC
God.
Esports can bring to the table.
Don't do this, man, like this.
Don't do it to him, dude.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
So if
Public
you want to
shaming.
show the clip,
That's
Yeah,
your roommate,
we got
dude.
this.
Don't do it to
That's
him.
your roommate, man. Is that the guy? Yeah.
Oh,
so this isn't a competitive game, right? So this is
Oh,
Sinan,
no.
the UCB team jungler. He's fighting the red buff right now.
Classic.
This was before I was jungler, by the way.
Yeah.
Just for context.
Right, right.
This looks about the same. I don't know.
They did
Oh
it.
no.
He messed up the combo.
Oh,
Is he gonna? Oh, he's gonna die. Oh, he's gonna die.
No.
No.
Sigh.
Alright.
1 HP.
My heart.
But anyway,
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he landed the Q on the.
no, he did not.
Oh.
But I wanted to show that clip. But I
Ending
promised
the
someone
stream
I'd
with the boom.
I promised someone I'd do somewhere at 8. So I'm gonna diff real quick. It was a pleasure, fellas.
Thanks for being
See
on.
you
We
later.
appreciate it.
no.
course.
Later.
Peace.
Pog out.
All right.
That's what
Okay.
you have to say if you leave the stream. You have
There's
to
an
say Pog.
exit.
Pog
Pog
out.
out.
I like it.
It is
And-
really funny though because that team was with Scion. It was actually like undefeated.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Really?
That clip does not show the whole story.
Oh, that is really sad.
That team was very amazing.
Wow.
They had
On
you
that
in your prime.
Prime time of UCB team. Let's go.
And then I joined it and it all went downhill.
Hey.
Aw,
Well,
unlucky.
Very good.
unfortunate.
Okay, so I have a question. If that's okay, Mika, do you have one that you need to ask still?
Go ahead. Go.
By all
Okay,
means.
so what do you guys think of like the shield breaking mechanic as a whole for certain champions? Do you think we need more of that, or do you think that it's fine?
More.
I like it. I think it's
All-
okay.
Put on every champ. Give me an item. Give me a summon.
Okay, I don't know about that, but
I don't. Oh.
Delete
I like it
Lulu
as a
and Yumi from the
mechanic.
game. All right, sweet.
it's just another counterplay tool. I mean, it's just picking champions into champions. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's fine. I think if they don't overdo it, it's a fine mechanic.
Do you think enchanters are too strong right now?
Right now, yeah,
Or-
yeah, for sure, 100%.
Because I know
1000%.
I was hearing about how Lulu's just like ridiculously strong. I know our president Mika loves Lulu.
Right.
Let me
But,
break this down for you. So as I've said multiple times, I was an ADC player.
Mhm.
I was plat 1. Not to say bust the podcast bubble, but I was just playing a ranked game just now.
Whoa.
I'm one game away from going to D2 playing enchanters support, and I don't play support, so like seems pretty good. I don't know. I think they're busted.
Same. It's a great time.
I think every champion should have Poppy's W.
Yes, permanently. It's their passive.
Have you seen the
Concept,
one
that
video
was
where they're like, "We need to fix League of Legends. Remove all champions except Ashe, Gragas, and Rammus."
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be the dream, bro.
You play rock paper scissors. It's it.
That'd be the dream. Oh my god, I play that game every day.
You turn League of Legends into a rock paper scissors game. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
You mean
Yeah,
it's
sounds
where
like
it's
an overall
one for
improvement.
all?
Oh, true.
Yeah,
5 Ashe
pretty
versus
much.
5 Rammus, perfect.
Yeah, dude. One for
Honestly, all
all.
I'm looking for.
One for all mirror matchups are the only true test of skill in this game.
Yeah, 5 Yas versus 5 Yas,
Mhm.
perfection.
Oh, good lord. You're stuck in the air for a solid 4 seconds while every Yasuo waits to finish their ulti on you. And they're just ulting your corpse at that point.
I'm excited
It's
for
fantastic.
Nexus
What was
splits, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Nexus
Yeah,
Blitz.
Nexus
See-
Blitz is hype.
Give me more of the old items. They
I
gave
am-
us a few of them, but they didn't give us all of them. It makes me upset
Oh
because I
my
want to use
God.
the Sword of the Divine so bad on Twisted Fate. I miss it so much.
So here's what surprises me: that you guys, okay, so besides you guys all hating Sun Chips, you guys also like Nexus Blitz,
I
and
love
that
it.
surprises me
It's the
because
best.
Wait,
every person that I've played with before I even came to the UC Discord hated that game mode. They
No, that
hated
game
it with a
was
burning
great.
passion.
Nexus Splits
it's
is
so
amazing.
good. Yeah, it's
I
really
don't-
good.
Yeah,
Also,
and
some chips are great.
I don't understand why they hate it though. Like they're just like oh, it's because I think mostly it's because they're just so used to Summoner's Rift and they don't want to play anything else maybe. But like I can't really find a reason other than like when you're playing up against a mage and they're like on fire and they're just able to like one shot everybody from a distance. Like that's the only problem I can really find with the game mode.
I think besides like them changing Earth, I think Riot does pretty good at their rotating game modes. I think they're usually pretty good. I always play
Oh,
them
yeah.
when they come out.
Oh yeah,
Legend of the Poro King or whatever.
Dude, Legend of the
That's
Portal King
fun.
is so good.
it's so
good.
fun.
Literal best game mode. Better than ranked solo duo. I mean, anything's better than ranked solo duo, but
Facts. Bring back what's the game mode? Ascension? Or
Oh,
Twisted Trio-
domination,
Twisted Trio.
domination.
Dominion.
Yeah,
There was
Dominion.
Dominion, and then there's
I don't know why I thought it was
Ascension.
domination. Yeah.
bring
Domination.
back 3v3s.
Yeah, true. No.
3v3s where you boost your accounts.
Yeah, where you play funnel every game or you lose.
You
Right?
get challenger even though you've only been gold
Yeah.
in solo queue.
Hexapil.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
Hexapil.
they haven't had
That's
that
pretty good.
forever.
Yeah, I
but
haven't
don't
played
know.
that since Twisted, since because the last time they had that was when we had
On
Twisted Treeline.
Yeah, it was 2-3 years ago now. The last time they had Hexago, I think it was season 6 or 7.
Yeah, season 6. It was definitely season 6.
No.
Because I remember that was another game mode all of my friends hated playing, and I was just like, why do you guys hate these game modes? I was
Do
like,
they hate
I don't
ARAM
understand.
too? Do they hate ARAM too?
Actually, they enjoy ARAM. They really like playing ARAM. They just hate
Hating
all the
ARAM
other
is
game modes.
blasphemy.
I love ARAM, but these guys are heathens for not liking anything else. Right?
Well, it's like what I don't understand though about ARAM. I was actually gonna mention this, but since we naturally got to that topic, what do you guys think about them buffing and nerfing champions in that game mode? Because I know that some champions are way too strong, like some of the enchanters and mages, but like some of them just feel so unplayable. Like Janna and Sona, like I don't even if I get them in that game mode, I pray to God that I have a reroll because I'm not gonna really do much. I don't feel like I'm gonna do much because it's like
so good.
their damage is reduced though. That's my.
That
thing,
doesn't
though.
matter. You don't need damage on Sona and
It's not
Janna.
about the damage.
You make it so that no one dies. Actually, okay.
Yeah, but your healing's reduced too. Your healing and shielding
Good.
are reduced on those.
Yeah. I'll say I think Janna is really good in it from my experience. I think Janna's really good. I think Sona's all right. Like there will be more Sonas trying to completely just go full damage, let's play in one shot, whatever the fuck. But I think like Janna and Enchanters are fine. Though in terms of the balancing thing, it's nice that they do that. They do it like according to statistics. But there's
See, I like it. I like it because Akali takes less damage and does more damage. So.
She's OP as shit. It's great. In that mode. In that mode.
Oh yeah.
And then, did you guys see the 10.14 patch notes that came out today?
I briefly looked over it, but I'm gonna look at it again while
I'll
we're
link
talking.
it right here.
How hard did
cool.
Lulu get nerfed? That's all I want.
Lulu didn't get changed, unfortunately.
Alright, it's over.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right?
Throw the
They
game in the
nerfed?
trash.
Yeah, they did. So the buffs were Alistar, Karthus, Kha'Zix, Riven, Sejuani, and Zed.
I like the Sejuani buff because she never gets played.
Good. No, keep her out. Keep her out. Nerfs were to Ezreal, Pyke,
Deserved.
Trundle, Varus, Volibear, and Wukong. And then
Okay,
there's
Wukong and Ezreal definitely
Yeah,
deserve some nerfs.
Ghost
I
too.
don't see enough of the other people.
Ghost
so
and
many good
Predator
memories
got
on-
buffed too.
On Sejuani.
And then the new adorable Kog'Maw skin's coming out.
Oh my gosh, I actually really
Eternal
like. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now. I was not a fan of the Star Guardian Zoe as much as the other skin, but this new Zoe skin looks really good. Like I actually really like it because it just feels fitting for her character
Mhm.
to have this kind of like young, naive, like magic user kind of vibe. And I can tell you, I already have 100 prestige points, and I've been waiting most of this season for her prestige skin to come out.
But now, obviously, got to spend it all on Teemo.
Exactly.
He's at the event skin.
He's an event, yeah. He's an
Yeah.
event skin.
That's unfortunate. Dang.
Tell me
Well,
I
I'm
gotta
gonna-
play the game to get that Teemo skin? Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Grind the game.
Or you could spend money. You could spend money on the big packs. Just spend like what, $200?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Spend money
There we
and
go.
play League of Legends.
Mm,
Wait,
Decisions.
of course.
I'm
no,
excited. Sorry.
That's
you're good, yeah.
oh,
I was about to. Oh, sorry.
go ahead, just talk. It's cool.
No, I was about to go into more about prestige skins, but if you want to do what you need to talk about real quick.
I was just gonna be really happy that they buffed Ghost.
Yeah,
Ghost
I
is
think
where it's
Ghost
at.
think Ghost is
yeah.
kind of underrated for the most part. Like I feel like only a certain amount of like top laners and Hecarim take it.
They have to be really careful about it because they don't want to go back to season 6 and 7 where mid laners just took Ghost and.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Maybe they should just nerf Flash so that Ghost is a viable option.
Ah, yes.
Oh, wait.
Except the entire game
Why
is
would they
balanced
ever
around
do that?
Flash. Yeah, like it's 10 years of balance around Flash. Just throw the entire game out. It's fine.
Yeah, might as well just start over, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, just League of Legends 2.
Oh man.
Same game without Flash.
I can tell you though, I'm pretty excited for Diana getting a skin this year. Like, I don't even care that much. I probably will get the prestige skin for her because I do play her a lot, but I'm really wondering what Riot is gonna like give us in terms of skin. And then I saw that Soraka is getting a prestige one, Ezreal set, and didn't they say actually? Didn't they say Soraka was getting one to a skin she already has?
I don't know. I know that for Kaisa, they felt bad about people that didn't get it last time around, so they wanted to add a brand new one for Kaisa mains that still want a prestige skin.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so see, like, and then like I think we kind of underappreciate, like, as much as people say Riot kind of like sucks and everything, they really do. Like, sometimes they can give us content like that or little fixes. Like, the biggest thing I can think of a little community thing they did for the community was about a Kali's shroud. Like, for KDA, when KDA came out, it didn't have the glow in the dark blacklight effect, and then they just added that.
Yeah, or like there was a single VFX artist who was working on Mordekaiser, and people were complaining about the effects being underwhelming for some of the skins, how they didn't change at all. And he single-handedly made custom, like, brand new animations for half of them.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was his own side project. He didn't have anyone helping him.
I mean, whenever we flame Riot, it's like a
So
little
it's not the
asterisk
art. It's not the
excluding
art.
the art team.
Yeah.
And also, to answer your Soraka question, I'm on that forum right now on Riot's website, and they said we're trying something different with Soraka. This will be our first prestige edition of a previously released skin as a test to gauge our interest in prestigious for older content. Okay. So kind of like what they did with the duo skins, where like one's basically a chroma version of the other, like with Lux and Soraka and the Pajama Guardians.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to either be Reaper, Star Guardian, or the Dawnbringer / Nightbringer.
I don't think it'll. I personally think it's going to be like an epic skin. I don't think it's going to be.
Oh, the legendary? No, yeah, they don't have any prestige legendaries. That's my bad.
It's probably I don't think it's going to be a program skin, but I'm betting you it might be just might be the Star Guardian, or it could be the Winter Wonder skin, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like the skin where it lies in the 2020 prestige point skins. It's kind of far down the line. But we'll have to see. It's got to be an epic skin though. It has to be an epic skin.
No. Prestige standard Soraka. Prestige. She's just solid gold. It's like the old ugly hourglass color, but she's just walking around the whole time.
But I like what they do in Smite, where like your mastery goes like it just changes the base to gold or
it's
diamond.
Disgusting.
So bad.
They've updated a lot of them. But yeah, so yeah, the Soraka one, it's gonna be like obviously the prestige skins. I spend money on the game. I'm not like I'll say that, and I buy the passes and such, and it's a fun time. I still enjoy the game. I don't feel bad about spending money on and encouraging making more of them, but it's starting like some of the things are starting to get to like annoying predatory business practices. I just don't know how to feel about Riot as much.
Yeah. See, I work at a pizza place, so I just make tips, and I put it in a jar, and I'm like, this is the league jar. This is where my money's going to go when a new skin comes out. And then I'm like, new Talia skin. I find that jar, I just crack that baby right open. I'm just like, here we go. But yeah, I do think, like, some of the way they, like, do their skins, where they have to release, like, a chroma for everything, you kind of feel like you want to... If you like main that champ, you're kind of like, oh, I kind of want the chromas for this. Gotta buy the chromas. I don't know if that's how you guys feel, but like, that's kind of how like if they just really
bought a chroma.
Really?
I think the only The only champ that I bought all the chromas for was Count Kassadin's skin.
I knew you were gonna say
I
that.
said,
Too.
of course, because yeah, I own all the skins. Blah blah blah. Like, of course it has to. Like, that's the only one I've gotten everything.
Ever since they released like the loot updates, like I haven't found myself wanting to buy any skins.
Because you can just randomly get them for free.
Exactly.
I've done that.
Yeah.
I'd say, this has been a really great conversation. Thank you again for coming on the podcast.
Thanks
Mika, say it.
Yeah.
No.
Say pog out. Say it.
Oh no!
She can't.
Hey Mika, you can't log off unless you say it.
Okay,
It's the rules.
Hold on.
Oh no!
Is she gonna like bring up text to speech or something?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, she left.
Oh, she
Oh,
left.
she's like, oh.
All right. Oh, she's back. Okay.
If
Man,
Mika says pog and there's no one around to hear it, does she really say it?
That's the real question. How many times do you think she said it so far without?
Not if Luna hears it first.
Ooh,
It's
Oh,
not
you're
here
right.
either, but
poor influence
Right.
on her daughter.
have any closing statements before you before you out?
Whoa.
I gotta say, yep, cock.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Very important.
Of course,
Very
yeah.
important statement. For sure.
And on that note, anyone
I'll
else?
say League sucks, but there's always
It's
always
okay.
someone
It's
out
okay.
there. There's someone out there
League
like
sucks, but it's
Howtron,
aight.
that'll change your mind. You just gotta believe that one day you'll find how, and everything will be okay.
He said
I
no.
honestly, I live my day to day with those ideals.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think if you want to enjoy League, and the words of my good friend Chio fan, just don't play rank. Just don't play rank.
Exactly.
Fair
Just
enough.
don't play rank.
Just enjoy the skins.
Casual.
Don't play rank.
Yeah.
Or do play ranked, and then base your self-worth off of your ranking.
Oh god.
That
oh
works.
God,
That
yeah.
works too.
Yeah.
That perfectly fine.
Either works.
Yeah. All right. Well, awesome. Thanks again, guys, for coming on. This was a
Thanks
really
for having
lively,
us.
really lively discussion. I think it went great. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Always having a consistent viewership with the podcast so far, so we really appreciate the support. But I guess until next week, pog out. See ya.
Pog out.
Please,
Pog out.
pog out.
Pog out.